Owen, Stephanie, and or Cly, who will be evicted in tonight's double eviction, and who will rise to power and become the new head of household? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Ricardo Munoz. Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 36 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Kilby was the head of household in a double eviction week. He nominated Owen, Stephanie, Michael for eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Cly as the fourth nominee. But Michael won the Topaz Power Veto in the Big Brother Chocolate Milk Topaz Power Veto competition, chose to use it on himself, which means in just moments, two out of Owen, Stephanie, and Cly will be evicted in a double eviction. Who will it be? We'll find out shortly. But first, I definitely have a lot to get to today. Strap in for a long one. So strap your dildos on and whatnot. So let's start off with the pulse. So last week, the person mentioned on the pulse who I asked everybody to revive was... I can't remember. Clearly somebody not important. Julian. That's right. Julian, and nobody seemed to be able to contact him. In fairness, I think the only person who's really close to him from season 3 is probably Lynn. I doubt anybody else talks to him. Maybe Nicole keeps... Oh, Kaitley would, I guess, keep in contact from season 6, because they were, they knew each other. Is he the baby daddy, Kaitley? Oh... Juicy. Maybe Nicole does, but I think Nicole's really concerned about the fact that she's pregnant now and how she can have sex with her hot boyfriend Evan when she's 8 months pregnant. That's it's tough, but you gotta just twist and kind of like one of those what are those puzzles, tangos, where the pieces are supposed to go in funny shapes. You gotta twist yourself. Is it tangos? I don't know. The funny shapes puzzle. Anywho, where was I going with this? Yeah, so Julian is dead. So we are now 2 for 5 with the pulse. We revived Marcin and Lynn from season 4. Chad, Jonah, and Julian are dead. This week, we are looking for Megan from season 4. So when I went to judge Big Brother Chocoland at Lindsay's birthday party, Megan wasn't there. And I thought, this is very suspicious. She's social, but I don't think she'd be invited to 2 parties, so the only explanation as to why she was not there is that she's 6 feet under. So if you, everybody from season 4 especially, and all alumni, please message Megan. Hi, Megan! As she loves the attention, not at all embarrassed by it, and, get her to reveal that she is still alive. Next up with the Alliance chats, I gotta admit, not much change again. This is a season where people have gotten very comfortable with who they're working with, and they're sticking with it. There hasn't been a lot of carousel loop-de-looping around. Like last season, the alliances were constantly changing. First half of the game were constantly changing. Mind you, we're not at the halfway point yet, so maybe they will... Oh no, they have not been changing. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm very tired. Okay, so we had 7, 7, 7, 6, 8, and we remained at 8. So we have 8 active Alliance/group chats. Okay, Willy Wonka voting is now open, and I have a feeling this Willy Wonka vote will be crucial and very exciting. We probably have, you can probably do the math, that around half of the house guests have already been Willy Wonka, so the number of choices there go down for the public to choose from. And I'm very curious to see how many votes we will have for Willy Wonka. We had 34 last week. We had a record 38 the week before. So we'll see what happens. Voting is now open and will close at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. The Lindor sampler. So, there are 6 house guests remaining who have not yet been tempted with the Lindor sampler. So the 6 of you must privately message me by 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight whether or not you are eating a Lindor should the wheel land on you. 1 is bad, 4 are good. The Pooh Brown Power Veto is now out of play, so if you get the bad one, you know it's not going to be as bad as that. And I didn't mention this in the episode, but I mean, it goes without saying because it's a double eviction, but Bridget chose not to use the Pooh Brown Power Veto this week. Why would you in a double when 2 of the 3 nominees are going to be voted out? She has to use it in one of the next 3 weeks. And also, quick update. I always put this in the chats, but since I have it open, Michael has the Diamond Power Veto. Next time he wins a Golden Power Veto, it's upgraded to Diamond. And he, not the head of household, gets to name the replacement nominee. And Jenna still has the Amethyst Power of Veto, where she can nullify 2 eviction votes in a regular eviction. She could not use it this week in a double eviction. Okay, so the 6 of you, Brooke, obviously, who will never be landed on, Callum, Javier, Kennedy, Kilby, and Owen, if you survive, you must privately message me by 9 p.m. tonight whether or not you are accepting the temptation to eat a Lindor and which one you are choosing, dark, white, orange, pistachio, fudge. So Brooke, Callum, Javier, Kennedy, Kilby, and Owen if you survive. Now I remember what I had to say. There are 6 open wedges on the wheel because Michael vacated 4 of them when he was landed on and Bridget vacated 2. So there are 6 wedges. If you have wedges remaining, you know what you have to do. You have to submit a video of yourself eating your favorite chocolate chip cookie and a reason why it's your favorite, and take the same number of bites as the number of wedges you wish to have added onto the wheel. Okay, it is almost time to get to what is, in my opinion, the most historic vote in the history of Big Brother Cheesecake. Double eviction. 2 people are getting evicted. There are 8 house guests voting. It was absolutely insane. I had a strong feeling based on everything that I had been hearing in the last 72 hours since Michael won the Topaz Veto. I had a pretty strong feeling one person was definitely going. There was more of a push to save the other 2 overall. Not to say that that one was dead in the water, but I just had a feeling that there was one that was just didn't have a good chance, and it was kind of between the other 2 as to who was going to stay. And I will say, from what I've heard and in DR, Owen and Stephanie both did fight hard to stay. I was just there. Okay, I think it's finally time. Is everybody ready? This is it. Here we go. By a vote of 4 to 3 to 1, Cly, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. And Owen, Shantae, you stay. Stephanie, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Oompa loompa doompa dee doo. I have another puzzle for you. You could not figure out the caramel secret, even though it was right in front of your face. Ba, oompa, loompa, doompa dee doo. Stephanie, Cly, you have about 15 minutes to say your goodbyes before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Thanks for playing. Better luck next time. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to start with Cly. You received 4 votes and you finished in 12th place. I have been begging you to play Big Brother Cheesecake since the very beginning, since season 1. You and I have been friends since 2005. We go back 17 years. We've watched so many episodes of Survivor and Big Brother together. We have yelled at the TV so many times with the words, and we say this all the time, 2 words, do something! Because there's always people that lay in the background on both Survivor and Big Brother and do nothing. So we yelled, do something at the TV. And one of the people that we both hated the most throughout Big Brother history is Victoria from Big Brother 16, who probably did the least out of anybody. And I hate to call the kettle black, but You played a very Victoria game here. Um, I think what happened is, so our two closest friends are Lindsay and Tiffany. Those are my three best friends that I've had for years. Lindsay since the year 2000, Tiffany since 2010. Lindsay played in season 4, and she was the runner-up, and she played a phenomenal game. Arguably one of the best to have never won, right up there with, people are going to be mad if I don't say their name, but Karen and Lindsay are the two that immediately come to mind as the greatest to have never won. Um, Julian is probably up there too. Um, yeah, I'd say Nicole is one of the best I've never won. Yeah, because she's going to kill me if I don't say her. But no, it's true. Then on the other end, you have Tiffany, who for years, and she said it here on Big Brother Cheesecake when she came as a special guest, Tiffany prides herself on playing the invisibility card. And I did nothing, and I got to third place. And you took that way too literally, because Tiffany did show up to competitions. She helped her alliance, Jeffrey and Melanie, a lot. At the very least as a vote, but she helped Jeffrey and Melanie a lot. And she even won a head of household. She made moves. Yeah, she was very, very inactive, but she never went more than 48 hours without messaging somebody. She was there. So even though she was maybe the most invisible in season 1, you were pure invisible. The last 2 weeks, I don't think you messaged anybody in the house at all. So as much as I love you on a personal level, you definitely were one of the people that I was yelling, "Do something!" to. And what really sucks is you're such a fan of... Nobody would have suspected. You're a huge Survivor and Big Brother fan from day one, from the year 2000 we've watched. And I know, and I said this with your dry, sarcastic sense of humor, you have what it takes to win. If you had tried, you could have easily won this season or gone very deep. Early on, you barely spoke to anybody, but early on there were about 3 people, ironically, 3 people who... I wouldn't say were trying to save you, but would have been okay with you staying. There were 3 people who really liked you from the beginning. And I thought for sure that this was your path to go far in the game. Hook up with these people and make an alliance and run. And like, what can I say? So if you had wanted to win, you could have won. But it is what it is. I still love you, and thank you for playing. Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie. You finished in 11th place. I think, other than Tom, you were probably the alumni's second favorite. When I finished Extra Whip with everybody last week, I said, once we finished, I stopped recording, who are you rooting for to win the Topaz Power Veto? It was unanimous. Everybody wanted you to win, Stephanie. When I announced you as one of the cast members, there were people in alumni chats who I didn't even know knew you and were like, "We stand Stephanie. We love her. Queen." In various alumni chats that I'm in for orgs, and people just absolutely love you and adore you. I love you and adore you. The timing is ironic, considering Big Brother US starts tonight, and you are an ultra super fan. You watch the feeds. You're a guest on Dick at Night. You're one of the few people that I know who's probably an even bigger fan of Big Brother than I am. Because I'll admit, while I am a super duper fan, you're probably on the feeds maybe twice as much as I am. So you're a rare gem. In terms of the game, I think this week you had a lot of bad luck. You didn't show up for the veto. That, if anything, that was, if I was to pinpoint one thing you did wrong, you slept through the beginning of the veto, and so you couldn't play. And maybe you could have won that competition with maybe having 2 points and 1 strike, or 2 points and 0 strikes, or maybe getting more points. I'm not sure how you would have done, because maybe you were kind of following along once you were there. But maybe that's one of the mistakes I can pinpoint. I also think just like me, Stephanie, you are a super loyal player. I pride myself as being a fantastic host and a terrible player. I've won twice, but I'm not good at orgs. Those of you who have played with me before know I'm not good. At LRGs, I'm better, but at orgs, I'm not a great player. And one of the reasons why is I'm a super duper honest player. And when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I never break my word. And you're just like that. The problem is you had that mantra early on from the beginning that I'm super loyal, I never break my word, I'm an honest player. So you promised that to some people, which is great, but the people you didn't promise it to were like, well, she's not with us, and she says she's loyal, so she's clearly against us. So I think being a super honest and loyal player and a heroic player is great, but you played that card a bit too strong early on. But make no mistake, you're fantastic, and you absolutely had what it takes to win. It didn't work out this time, and I love you to death. Okay. And I will say real quick, because I really need to get to the next head of household competition. Owen, it's rare that I say this, but that was pretty impressive. Yes, there were other factors that happened. There were definitely some people trying to save Stephanie that screwed over Clyde, and people trying to save Clyde that screwed over Stephanie, and I think you kind of were able to get into the background because of that. But also, you had a little bit of good luck this week, which you'll find out after the season, or maybe soon. You had some good luck at the end of this week with the vote, which I was kind of, I shouldn't say happy for, but you deserved it, because every time in the endurance competition that I posted a song quote, that's when you were busy. The baseball bat, you've been on the wheel 3 weeks in a row with 4 wedges with a baseball bat, guaranteed something good, and the wheel won't land on you. More bad luck. Then the chocolate milk veto competition, Michael beats you by like $8, even more bad luck. So your week this week has been nothing but bad luck, so you deserved a break at the end. But I know you worked hard. You didn't campaign against Stephanie, but you told me in DR, you knew the only way to stay was for both Clyde and Stephanie to go. Getting votes on Clyde was easy, but getting votes on Stephanie, which I think you were at the very least somewhat a part of, that was impressive. And just like Andrew last season, who stayed against Caitley unanimously, for you to be a competitive threat and somebody who's been on the map, who's had head of household, to stay in a double eviction is impressive. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Now, I believe, and Stephanie and Clyde, I hope you join Brazil, Nicole, and I on Extra Whip. Let me update that real quick. So Stephanie and Clyde was Team Brazil, and Stephanie was Team Nicole. So Team Nicole is Jenna, Owen, Brooke, Kilby, Callum, Kennedy. Team Brazil is Rayanne, Bridget, Michael, Javier. Also, with 2 women being evicted, we are now down to the final 10, and we have 5 men and 5 women. The bottom row on the cover photo is also done horribly. They lost Stephanie this week, so it's just Owen and Rayanne representing the bottom row. And house guests, real quick before I get to the head of household competition. This, week 6, is the final week before jury. So if you survive this week and make it to the final 9, you will at the very least be one of the 7 house guests who will be casting a vote for the winner of Big Brother Cheesecake 7 and a $700 cash prize. But, or you will of course be one of the final 2 pleading your case for the $700 cash prize. But if you are evicted this week, you will finish in 10th place, and you will not be a member of the jury, and your game will end. But there's always hope, because Amethyst finished in 10th. Shout out to Amethyst. She finished in 10th last season, and then Jonah was kicked off the jury when he basically threatened Steven to do his bidding when he was already evicted. And Amethyst then became a member of the jury. So you never really know. But the good news is the pre-jury and jury chat this season is 1. So you'll still get to hang out with everybody once you're evicted. To whoever that person is. Okay, now it's time to get to the next head of household competition. So, free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of their private HOH bedroom and bathroom, a fruit basket with chocolate-covered strawberries, a video from home, and the responsibility of nominating 2 of their fellow house guests for eviction. The head of household competition, as you know, is the Big Brother Little Election of Horrors. I will say real quick, I will explain in detail in the group chat if you want me to, or maybe I'll say it tomorrow. I don't have the time now because I'm way over. Yikes. This competition, the alumni judged. Only 6 alumni voted out of like 35 in that chat. I'll admit that's a little disappointing. 2 people voted for Stephanie, so I will do Stephanie's video first because obviously she's evicted. There were then 3 votes for the winner, 1 vote for the person in second place, and everybody else got 0. I disagreed with the verdict. I think the person who got 1 vote should have won. And I'll get into that either tomorrow or in the group chat, depending on when there's time. Not to say the person who won did not deserve to win, but I feel like the person who got 1 vote deserved it over the person who got 3 votes. And what's funny is after it was done, and I said that in the alumni chat, one of the 3 said she was torn between that and the 1. So it was almost a tie, in which case Charlene would have broken the tie. Ooh. She will never go away completely. She will always have some little tiny piece of the Big Brother Cheesecake puzzle. Okay. Yeah, is everybody ready? Then let's begin. Okay, let's start with Stephanie's video because she was evicted anyway. She did get 2 votes from Corey and Rhonda from Season 6. Here's her video.
Hi, Big Brother Cheesecake fans. So I am participating in the Big Brother Cheesecake version of Chopped. I have these ingredients that I'm going to combine together to try to make something delectable. It will not. Okay, for my ingredients, I have a lemon pepper tuna, pickled beets, and a vanilla yogurt, dairy-free, frozen, chocolate-covered bar. And because I'm in the South, a little bit of hot sauce that will hopefully tie it all together. So we have it all mixed up. I kind of think we might need a few more dashes of hot sauce. And before I give this a taste, let me tell you why I should be HOH. Why you should vote for me. 1, because I'm amazing. But 2, because I just survived a double eviction. I was nominated and it wasn't great. I need to be HOH. You know, one thing Kilby said was that he needed to reset the game. Well, I feel like I need to be at HOH so I can reset the game back in the direction that it was. If you catch my drift. Alright, let's give this a taste test. Do I gotta take a big bite or can I take a small bite? Thank you for watching my version of Big Brother Chocolate Heaven, Chopped. And so now I am going to go have some real food on this holiday because that was just awesome.
Stephanie, I'm going to keep it brief because otherwise this episode will go on forever. I liked your combination of tuna, beets, chocolate-covered dairy bar, and hot sauce, which technically is 4, but I let it go. What I didn't like, you had this big amount on your fork, this big amount, and then you took like a little bite. And that totally would have maybe not voted for you. But the combination was good. You finished in 2nd place, technically. Next up, getting 0 votes is...
I have to keep the video. Putting 3 foods together that are like gross, or that are good, but are gross. I don't know. I'm in New York City. So, using what I have in the hotel room, I'm going to do pizza crust. I have a Cheeto puff. I'm going to put the Cheeto puff on the pizza crust. And then conveniently, I have a chocolate bar. One of the rules that I have chocolate. So, I think that I should get a because there's like a majority alliance going on in the house apparently, and I'm not in it, and I really don't want to go early. Listen, I know I don't have the most gross combination, but fucking tomato and chocolate. Okay, the chocolate's here, by the way. I swear. It's probably not gonna be terrible. Was like failed too. I'm just trying not to get fucked over and stir shit up in the house. So I'll do cool shit. Probably. Thanks.
So Kennedy, I love you, but Cheetos and pizza combined, I'd eat that. That's not gross. Yeah, they're ordinary foods, but the point is that when you put the foods together, they're supposed to become gross. And I just think Cheetos and pizza together is not that gross. It wasn't bad. It just, unfortunately, you received 0 votes. Okay, but I still love you. Next up, we have, also with 0 votes.
Hi everybody, happy 4th of July. So what we have today on the menu is birthday cake Oreo. We have some, not just regular Oreos, just birthday cake Oreo, that's important. Then we have some Jif creamy peanut butter, not my favorite peanut butter. And then we have some mystery Boursin cheese on top. I'm pretty sure it's the shallot and chive, but it also might be the garlic herb. I'm going to find out once I eat it. I'm doing this all in one bite, by the way. I want to be HOH. I think I deserve it. I think I've been knocking on the door of that HOH seat. It's my time. Mostly because I'm one of the only people who hasn't heard their voice yet, and I really want to hear what Andrew's like lovely, gorgeous rendition of me is. Please drag me. I crave it. I want it. I'm ready for it. Here we go. It's gonna take a long time for you to start now.
So Bridget, you got 0 votes. Similar to Kennedy, I feel like the birthday cake Oreo and the peanut butter, those go well together. What the hell's wrong with that? I would eat that. Even though I don't like Oreos, I would still eat it. I don't think it's gross. The Boursin cheese on top of that, yeah, that was a good touch. I like that. But it wasn't enough. Sorry, Bridget. Okay, next up, also with 0 votes is...
Hey, here's my gross food. It is an Oreo. I have some beans and like salsa from my way of rancheros from my favorite rancheros. And some mustard on top, so.
Rayanne, I love the end where you said, fuck you, Steven. So, side note for people watching, I believe Steven and Karen were the ones that convinced Rayanne to play Big Brother Cheesecake, so I think she's like, fuck you that I have to do this because of you. I don't like Oreos, which may be why you picked that. Oreo, beans, salsa, mustard. I feel like salsa and mustard together is not that bad. I would eat that. I love salsa though. I could literally just eat salsa out of the jar. Fucking love that shit. And mustard I like too, and beans. So I don't know. I feel like that combination was not so bad, which made your submission bad. but yeah, 0 votes. Sorry. Also with 0 votes, we have.
I'm doing pumpkin squares that has been made with chocolate chips inside. Chocolate, radish, expired mustard. Why I think I should eat at least because I think everyone should take pity on me because I can't win it in. Cheers. Vote for me.
Okay, Brooke, consolation prize, you did much better than last season. This was way better than your season 6 submission. I don't even remember what you did in season 6. I think it was like popcorn, chocolate, and I honestly don't remember, but this was way better. I personally hate radishes, so that was a plus. Mustard I like, and mustard does go with radish a little, so But then you did the pumpkin square, and pumpkin is one of those things that I love pumpkin, but if you mix pumpkin with the wrong thing, pumpkin can become vile if it's not like done properly, and it's, you know. So pumpkin with mustard and with radish, I thought that was a good combination, but not good enough to win. Sorry. Next up, also with 0 votes, is...
Okay, so I fucked up earlier. So my chocolate was some snowman. So that was Christmas chocolate. And liquefied it and put it in this Dutch-a-roll pan. Because I'm disgusting. And then we had cream corn. All the creams, all the corns. And what the fuck was this? It was herring fillet. And that's what it looked like. So, Bluey, Lobby, see that? Yeah, there's even some of the corn there. Yeah. See that? See that cream corn in that bitch? Yeah, okay. So, you're gonna eat it. Good thing. And ooh, Andrew. Ooh. You wanna know something fucked up? You know what the receipt says on this? That 666 dog. That's some devil shit. But you should pick me, cause that was fucking gross. But also, if you saw my last HOH, this one's gonna be a little more explosive. Even like nuclear. Look at that. You like that? Yeah, I fucking ate that. So you better give me something, goddammit. Give me something. Or give me the...
Jenna, I thought this was a good attempt. I know that you filmed once and then you screwed up and you had to refilm, so we didn't get to see the chocolate melting. But chocolate, cream corn, and herring fillets. Definitely a gross combination. I do like cream corn a lot. I will agree that the problem is the corn and the fillets together, that's not that bad. But this was a good attempt, no question. So, sorry, 0 votes. And finally, the last person with 0 votes, who I think deserved, if more people showed up, deserved at least some love, is this person.
If you're watching this, it means I survived that double eviction. Something I'm sure many of you are surprised about. I'm certainly surprised about it. Now, why should you vote for me to be HOH this week? Well, 3 votes for drama, fire, and revenge. Now, welcome to my Nightmare Kitchen tutorial. Today we're going to be exploring the wonderful world of sweet and savory fusion. Now, summer meals, that means barbecues, good times, social gatherings. To me, it's salads. So today, we're going to make one of my favorite salads that's sure to please all of your guests at future events this summer. Now, you're going to want your 3 main ingredients. I like to get the creamiest, cheesiest macaroni salad that I can get from my grocery store. You're going to want a nice chocolatey pudding. I like to go snack back. It's nostalgic brand. And then finally, the cherry on top of it all, you're going to want a nice brand of French canned escargot. I've pre-emptied them into this cup. I just like to let them breathe a little before I eat them. Kind of just release them. So, you're going to want your serving dish. I like to use a clear glass. And you're going to want to start with a nice hearty layer of your macaroni salad, followed by a layer of your chocolate pudding in there. I like to do 2 layers of each. I just think it looks nicer when you present it. A little more salad on top of there. And then finally, you're going to finish your pudding cup of chocolate there. Ooh, okay. And then, to finish it all off, you're going to want to get your escargot. Make sure you get a lot of that brine too that comes in the can. And voila, you got your salad. And now we're going to try it. Oh. Please vote for me. Oh no.
So Owen definitely went above and beyond. The escargot I know is going to be a hot topic and is debatable, but every time I go on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, I eat escargot. I love it. If it's in butter, it's good. Escargot is very similar to mushrooms in my opinion and taste, and I love mushrooms. So escargot, the gross thing I thought was the mac and cheese, like the macaroni salad, which was in that cheesy sauce. And then you mix that with chocolate pudding. I like the initiative to not just do boring chocolate, but to do chocolate pudding, which I think chocolate pudding is a gross version of chocolate. I'd much rather just have chocolate on its own than pudding. So I like this combination. I think the only negative to it, the only slight negative, is they were 3 soft things that when you mash it together just make schlop. So, and I didn't feel like any one of them was a particularly sharp taste. But it was still a good submission. It would have been worthy of winning. But anyway. Okay, we're down to Javier and Michael. One of you received 1 vote and my endorsement. The other received 3 votes. And just narrowly, because one of those 3 was going to vote for 1. I will reveal that the 1 vote was Karen, who agreed with me, and the 3 votes were Amethyst from Season 6, JoJo, winner of Season 5, and Brazil, winner of Season 4. So the winner of this competition had 2 winners back them. That's pretty impressive. So I'm going to do in alphabetical order. I'm going to reveal the 2 in alphabetical order. So Javier is first.
Chocolate, vinegar, blue cheese. So here it is, blue cheese, chocolate, and vinegar. I really hate this. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Here we go.
One eternity later.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just threw up on this. Oh, I just swallowed some of it. Yeah, I cried.
Javier, I gotta say, I really liked the blue cheese, chocolate, and vinegar combination. Those were 3 ordinary foods that you combined to make something really gross. And I love blue cheese, I love vinegar, I love chocolate, but I think combined, that is gross. So that was a good submission. And I did love the an eternity later thing. I thought that was really funny. Let's see Michael's.
Okay, hi everybody. For those that don't know me, and I don't think there are many people that actually do know me in the alumni chat, I am Michael. I am here tonight for the gross, I'm just calling it a gross food challenge. You know, I've done these before in some live games, but this one's gonna take the cake for you. So all the ingredients today have been approved for you by Andrew Chef Dix Moonbez for you. But I am gonna start with why I think I should be HOH, just because I think I'm gonna vomit when this is all over tonight. So I need to be HOH for strictly petty vengeance for everything that happened this round. So many of you may have heard the saying, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Well, wait till you meet a homosexual mildly inconvenienced. And I am pissed with the way everything happened. So to do that, I am reaching deep into my soul to give you this meal today, a little amuse-bouche for you. What I have for you is the black things. I have never eaten one of these before, but I've seen them. This is a preserved duck egg, otherwise known as a 1,000-year egg, readily available on Amazon and in shopping centers here in New York City. Next to it, I have dollar store sardines in a Louisiana hot sauce. And then for the coup de grace, I'm giving you Hershey's chocolate syrup for you. And then a little crack of pepper on top to wash it all down. So anchovy, egg, chocolate, pepper, and I'm running out of time, but bon appetit.
Michael, preserved duck egg, which I originally said no to, and then I said yes because you can find it in the US, you can order it on Amazon, it's at Whole Foods, it's in all these freaking grocery stores. And it is ultimately a duck egg, and people eat eggs all the time. So it was very borderline, but I accepted it. Then you had sardines and hot sauce, and you had Hershey's chocolate syrup. No question, mixing eggs with fish, which granted that's what caviar is, but still, eggs with fish and chocolate syrup, that was definitely a gross combination and definitely potentially worthy of the win. So, 2 very good submissions. I will agree that I will admit I was torn between Owen. I mentioned yesterday I was torn between 2. I was actually torn between Owen and the person who lost, who got 1 vote. But, here we go with 3 votes. The new head of household is Michael! Congratulations, you are the new head of household. Kilby, please hand over the HOH key to Michael. Michael, you have until Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to privately message me your 2 nominees and a reason why. The only reason I thought Michael didn't deserve to win is because I said 3 ordinary ingredients and the duck eggs was really pushing it for me. And I thought the alumni would penalize him for that, and it didn't. But hey, it's still a good submission. You still won. Well done. What will happen in the Lindor sampler? Find out tomorrow. And Friday, who will Michael nominate for Eviction and who will Willy Wonka nominate as the 3rd nominee? Saturday is Extra Whip with Brazil, Nicole, hopefully Cly, and Stephanie, where we will dish the dirt and see what happened in this double eviction week. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto competition. I promise you it's not gross, and it's not that difficult, so it's a good one, and it's fun. Monday is the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case, and Wednesday, 1 week from tonight, another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. And we will find out which 9 house guests will have advanced to the jury stage of the game. Michael, you are one of them. Congratulations. You are, at the very least, going to be a juror. Well done. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Take care, and remember, no dinner at Olive Garden is complete without an Andy's creme de menthe. Good night.